Hey guys, we are Green Industries, and today we're going to be comparing the Wright ZXT and the Gravely ProTurn 660. Guys, we're really excited to do this test today. These comparison videos are just a lot of fun to shoot. We're going to show you some key differences, features, how they perform, all that good stuff. But keep in mind, whatever dealer is in your area, if you only have a Gravely dealer near you, you should buy a Gravely. It's a fantastic piece of equipment. If you're in a market that has Wright, and Wright's the best dealer in your area, Wright is the mower to go with. Buying any piece of equipment, whether a Wright or any of the manufacturer, with no dealer support is a terrible idea. We don't support that. If you're within 100 miles of Annapolis, Maryland, then we're the dealer for you. We're happy to show you this Wright mower here, all the other Wright products and all the other mower manufacturers that we offer. But we just want to be clear, we don't believe in just buying a piece of equipment because maybe it is the best, but if you have no dealer support, you're going to be in a lot of trouble long term. We're going to start here with the Wright ZXT. ZXT stands for Zero Turn Extreme. This is an extreme model. Wright introduced this in 2021. It was built from the ground up to be the biggest, baddest lawn mower on the market. And we think they've really achieved that. Few key features that we want to talk about today. One, this machine has no grease fittings. It saves a ton of time, right? With other mowers having to be greased. There's no grease fittings on this. It's designed to be grease from the factory and grease for life with sealed bearings. In that same vein of low maintenance, this has the longest service intervals of any machine on the market. The hydraulic system is Hydrogear 16cc pumps and 18cc wheel motors with a very large capacity for hydraulic fluid. It allowed them to do 1,000-hour intervals for hydraulic service, which is huge. The ZXTs, whether it's a 52, 61, 72, they all come standard with the Vanguard 40 horsepower EFI engine. One, it's an unbelievable amount of power, especially for the 52-inch deck. It's insane. You can go through anything. And then two, in terms of the maintenance side of things and being low maintenance, it's equipped with the oil guard system. All right, so this is a dry sump system. It's got a giant sump here on the side, filters the oil down to the engine. It holds 5 quarts of oil, and it allows for 500-hour oil changes. So just to recap on maintenance here, we have no grease fittings. We have 1,000-hour interval changes for hydro fluid and 500 hours for engine oil. So this mower is designed to be used and not be back at our shop for maintenance, which is fantastic. Downtime is important. We understand that. Time is money. This machine is made to be in the field, running and running and running with as little downtime as possible and very low maintenance intervals. The ZXT is equipped with some big old tires here. They're 26, 14, 12. So 26 inches tall, 14 inches wide. This is going to play a big role in hill stability in general. So we're very interested to see how that translates in the comparison tests that we're going to do. But these are some of the largest tires in the industry for a lawnmower. In addition to these really large tires, Wright has done a lot with this machine for the purpose of hill stability. One of them has been lowering the engine. Okay, so the hydro belt sits below the clutch in this machine, allowing the engine to be significantly lower, lowering that center of gravity for hill stability. Because of that, the pumps are also mounted much lower in this machine than a traditional zero turn. They're still very accessible for service, but they allow the machine to have a much, much lower center of gravity, and we're going to check that out on the hill stability test soon. Ride comfort is another feature that Wright took into consideration when designing this machine. They introduced what they call the long travel suspension system. So it's comprised of 2 parts. One, the entire control area here is on a suspension system itself. So we go up and down. Your controls move with you. And then second is having the suspension seat as well. So these things working in tandem provide excellent ride quality. They're very adjustable. So you have your seat adjustment here on top. So underneath, we have the long travel suspension system and its adjustability. There's a large spring here, and we have the ability to adjust the firmness of that spring. So you can find a very comfortable ride quality for you. But this, in combination with the suspension seat, makes it honestly one of the most comfortable machines on the market. All right, so let's take a look at the deck height and how that works here and how we select it. So Wright has a laser engraved panel over here on the right side with a very large pin. It's in 1/4 inch increments. So if we wanted 3.5, we go to 3, 3.25, 3.5. The pin drops straight in. It's that easy. There's no stickers to wear off. It's a very nice design. And then how we release the deck, there's 2 grips here. The larger one is to put it into transport mode. And then when we want to drop the deck down, we just click the silver pedal and it drops all the way down to the ground. And then to raise it up, simply lock it in on the right side. So once you've selected the height that you want while it's in transport mode, to release the deck down, it's simply to click on the silver part of the pedal there. It drops down to the selected height, And then to raise it up, you just have your foot here on the pedal and lock it back in. So with the ZXT, we have the AeroCore deck, which Wright has had for some time now. It's an excellent cutting deck. They did make some improvements in 2021 with this particular deck. So what they changed is the previous models on the AeroCore deck had a slanted rear. This is now a flat back rear. It has more volume inside the deck itself. This was an improvement made because of the higher horsepower. It has more capability and it can discharge more grass from under the deck. So having that flat back just allows it to discharge better in thicker grass as well as wet grass. Another great feature of the Wright ZXT is these mowers come with an integrated stripe kit. So essentially it's a rubber flap that's just here behind the deck. It has two positions. It comes in the standard position. You have the ability to drop it down, and by doing that, you get even more defined stripes. It's in the higher position currently from the factory, but you have the ability to drop that down. So really nice feature. It produces very nice striping. We love that Wright includes that in the design from factory, so you don't have to add an additional stripe kit later on. You have it built in.
All right, so today I'm going to show you the Gravely 660. This was traded in at our dealership. It has 200 hours. It's Gravely's top of the line, just like the ZXT is Wright's top of the line. So we're comparing apples to apples here, and so we thought it would be appropriate. It's got a great engine on it. It's a 38.5 Kawasaki fuel injected. It's the FX 1000 EFI. A great engine. We see them on a lot of units that we sell. So we're very familiar with this engine. It's really reliable. The difference between this and the ZXT is the ZXT has that 500-hour oil change, the 40 horsepower Vanguard. This is going to be regular oil changes, so a little bit less convenient there, but a really awesome engine. The hydraulics we haven't seen before. They're Parker HTG is what they're called. I haven't seen them on another mower. I can't speak to their long-term quality, but they feel great. They're very strong, very responsive, very quiet. They seem like really solid hydros. They're very beefy, 15-mile-an-hour ground speed, so they're really heavy duty. So I think that hydraulically, just from appearance and feel, it would be comparable to the ZXT for sure. Garrett talked about where the engine was mounted, where the hydros were mounted. This is mounted more in a more traditional placement here, so it's not as low of center of gravity. A really big difference just from looking at the two units, the tires. So this is kind of flipped from what the Wright has. The Wright has the 26, 14, 12s. This is 26, 12, 14. So what that means is it has the same height tire, 2 inches shorter in the width, but a taller rim. So we're curious what that'll do on hill stability, if that makes a difference or not. But we will see here shortly. A quick note: the 660 is also dual tank like the Wright. The difference is that you do have to switch tanks left and right. With these Gravely's, most of their mowers have this. It's a dial, rotary dial here. It's a really complicated mechanism. It's nifty, but with units that come into our shop that are 1,500, 2,000 hours, we do notice that getting really tight, and that mechanism needing to be replaced or repaired. Whereas with a standard just foot pedal and pin position, it's a much simpler design, and sometimes simpler is better, and we believe that with this. The other thing from sitting in this unit, this suspension platform is unique. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. We're gonna do some field testing here and see, but just from riding in it here, it really is just a forward and backwards movement. There's no real suspension up and down. It's more of like a rocking chair than a true suspension system. So I'm curious how it feels just from kind of driving it around. It feels a little funky. It does slam forward if we were to hit a good bump, but we'll see how it feels once we go riding around. I looked underneath the seat. I can't find any way to adjust that, so it is what it is. So what we're looking at here is a 60-inch Gravely deck. It's their X Factor deck, so it's their top of the line deck. It's a 7-gauge deck as well. You can access it with this, which is nice, and it automatically clips, which I like as well. From looking at inside here, it is a complicated system. Overall, this is an impressive mower. It's very powerful, it's very strong, it's beefy, and it seems very heavy duty. There's a couple of things I don't love. I don't love the suspension. I don't love that rotary dial, but that's just me nitpicking. It's a good overall mower. I am curious to see how it cuts, how it performs, and what its comfort is really like, and see what I think about that. But I do believe it is a pretty solid unit.
All right, now that we've gone over the machines, talked about some of the specs and features, we're gonna go ahead and cut grass as our first test. We're gonna do a cut quality test, and then we have 2 tests after that, but we're excited to get them going and see how they perform. So we're gonna do it. That was surprising.
Yeah, and I'm very surprised.
Okay, so we cut at the same height, 3 3/4 inches.
Yep.
Both machines have new blades, OEM blades, Wright blades, Gravely blades, and the difference is way more significant than I thought it would be.
Your side, this is good. You did one pass. It does not need to be double cut. This side absolutely needs to be double cut. It's missed a bunch. There's thatch everywhere. Your clippings are kind of disintegrated. I really didn't expect a difference, and
No, I thought it was gonna be the same thing. I will say, like, even though yours does not look good, it's striped well. This did as well, and the grass is all gone. Yours striped, but there's clumps everywhere. It just didn't throw the grass.
Yeah.
It looks like it threw it like one line. So when you look down this, you can see how much grass isn't cut, especially on this line straight ahead, and then how much thatch is laying over top of it. This whole thing needs to be
I can kick it with my
double
feet.
cut.
Look.
Yeah, it's just a lot of clumps. To be clear, this is the same field, the grass is the same height, same thickness. Tim, look at this.
Yeah, there's virtually no thatch at all.
And
a little bit up there, but that's
like
probably from me
spot.
shooting it over.
Yeah, yeah. I see like one small spot of stragglers,
Sure.
but like I can gather it up, but it's basically gone, and I have to look for it to find it.
So this is the hill test we're going to do behind us. Starting at the base of the hill, it's going to be about a 20% grade and work its way up to a 30%. Not sure if either of these mowers are going to be able to do that, but we're going to see how far they get and compare them. I got 2 passes, if that. 18 degrees, I'd say, is about the max of this. I did not feel stable at all on that second line. So, see what the right can do. So the Gravely made it 2 lines, the Wright did 3 lines, but the other thing with the Wright is I was able to go across this side of the hill where it gets significantly steeper above that culvert, and I was able to go across it. It was a little dicey, but it made it. The Gravely, I had to bail out right here. There wasn't a chance, so it's a whole lot more stable on the Wright, for sure.
After years of scientific research, we have spent much time to develop the most rigorous testing we can come up with to define who has the best ride quality. We have coined this testing the Jiggle Test. All right, so we've got a area here that we found, some gravel, some potholes. Jake's gonna run this machine down to the end there, turn around, make a pass back, and we're gonna evaluate the jiggle. Jiggle test number 1, let's see what we got.
Let's see. I don't know what to expect here. Oh man.
Oh, that's a lot of jiggle.
Let's see what this bump looks like coming this way.
Oh, geez. Pro turn, more like the pro jiggle.
That was full range jiggle right there.
Got some back jiggle involved in that one. That side boob jiggle that he's really getting on this test. I'm gonna say, based on our other jiggle testing, I would say that it's maybe a 4 out of 5 so far. So now we're just gonna test the stopping jiggle, if you will. So we're just gonna come up here, give it a hard stop, see what kind of jiggle we get. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
I saw a little belly button jiggle.
A little belly button jiggle on that one.
All right.
All right.
Decent amount of jiggle on this puppy. I feel like if I was out here for a couple hours, my upper section might start to feel a little sore. I'm interested to see what the Wright does. Compared to this guy, there's quite a bit of wiggle.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, not too bad.
I'm noticing a little bit more jiggle, especially in the thighs. A lot less hard jiggles. You know, full motion jiggles,
Yeah.
A lot of micro jiggles.
I would say his body moves less, for sure.
He's more stable.
It's more even distribution of jiggle.
Yeah.
Thigh jiggle, I think that's because the platform isn't moving, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
his butt up
Yeah.
is getting absorbed, but that thigh jiggle is significant.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and check the stop test jiggle. See what we got here. Wow, that's a big difference there.
No jiggle.
Hardly any jiggle, maybe a half inch.
Micro jiggles, again.
That's just micro.
Back to the micro jiggles. It's incredible.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest takeaway here.
There was a full range of motion on the Gravely.
Very full.
Yeah.
I think his whole body jiggled on the
I
Gravely.
thought I was gonna slap him in the face on the Gravely.
This Wright,
Yeah?
far superior.
Huh.
Yeah, it blows that out of the water. The seat absorbs everything. It might have looked like it was jiggling. I didn't feel it. I feel safer for some reason in this puppy. It definitely feels way more comfortable with the seat. It's adjustable, whereas that guy just feels like a F550 flatbed.
Really?
Yeah.
This video was a ton of fun to make. We love doing these comparison videos. The big one was the cut quality. I thought for sure they were going to be the same.
I agree.
Especially in a field. I know it's tall and slightly wet, but
We're not mowing anything special grass.
No.
Nothing like that. I'm barely surprised.
we definitely expected the Gravely to do considerably better. We thought they were going to be the same.
Placement of the engine and hydraulics make a really big difference in hill stability.
Hill stability, definitely, this did better. The jiggle test was fun. It wasn't exactly conclusive, but I think ultimately that one just has a funky feel. And this one, you know, it's just straight up and down motion. Maybe it'd be better if it did go forward and back some, but I definitely prefer the up and down. Guys, thanks for watching. We're Green Industries. We're located in Annapolis, Maryland. If you want to try out this ZXT, come talk to us, give us a call. We have demo units available. We'd be happy to show you around the showroom, show you all the different Wright models. But definitely like and subscribe. We definitely want to have more content just like this coming out. We appreciate you watching.